Join the meeting.
Here, finally. Was beginning to think you wouldn't make it.
Right, wrong. Chicks will give you shit.
Okay.
This one's a real charmer, too.
Didn't want to trip any alarms. Had to come through quietly.
Fast forward a year.
Could have called off the guards, you know. Would have been quicker. Simpler.
I don't have that kind of authority. Yet.
Why are there 3 guys? What's she playing
That's our
at?
target. Hiromi Sato.
What are they watching?
It's this guy right here.
Demo reel of Cloud's next top doll. Specially selected by yours truly. Lucky girl's gonna replace Evelyn. Hope she proves smarter.
Who are the other two?
Target audience of today's presentation. Hiromi answers to them directly. Now they're gonna watch him die in a pool of his own piss.
Wait, what?
Not what we agreed.
Look at me. See this? This is a look of unfucking surprise on
I
my
know the
face.
clause. To them, power is a question of strength, ruthlessness. This is the only way.
Maiko.
I'm about to jack him out. They will not be chirpy after the rude awakening. One show ends, another begins. Just as good and unforgettable. Understand?
What?
Maiko, our plan made no allowance for witnesses.
A show of force, we said. And any show requires an audience. I know how this needs to play out, better than anyone. You gotta trust me. I thought this through, many times.
Meaning you want to replace Hiromi.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that means joining the Tiger Claws.
How the fuck else do you expect me to protect Clouds from other gangs?
Don't like this one bit.
Too late for second thoughts. Tom and Roxy've done their part. Your little doll revolution is underway. Either we consolidate and win it all, or let everything go to waste.
Okay.
Well, she is no Parker. Wait, what's going on?
Tiger Claw boss.
Living proof that Hiromi Sato's time is up. This merc has already disturbed the clientele at Clouds once. He murdered Oswald Forrest. And now he's invaded Mr. Sato's private residence. As if that were not enough, this is where Hiromi's sheer incompetence has led all of us to.
What the hell?
I have long looked upon Hiromi Sato's foolish, inept endeavors. But this? I think it's obvious he has outlived his usefulness.
V, what the fuck's she doing?
Clouds needs new magic.
Hold on.
Am I to understand that this future manager stands
Judy,
before me now,
I can't focus.
speaking with such
What's
zeal?
there to focus on? She's screwing us.
With your permission.
No.
Over my dead body. We were gonna get rid of him.
Am I to understand these as your conditions?
Hold on. Let's see what happens.
V,
Hiromi.
take him down. That's why we're here.
Cloud. Hiromi's Maiko singer.
Michael will take care of day-to-day operations at Clouds. She's best for the job. Dolls trust her. They follow her in a fire, as you can see.
You know what always annoyed me about Hiromi? He had no vision.
Call off this massacre.
He is a man who will not scratch the end of his nose unless you tell him with which hand to do it.
Oh. Okay.
We have one last formality to fulfill.
At midday tomorrow, I will present to you terms to which you will agree.
Your engagement ends here. If ever you should require stable employ, we are not difficult to find.
I'll think about it.
Thank you.
Okay. Talk to Maiko.
Come with me, V.
All right. see how this plays out.
Thanks, V. First transfer from Cloud's new manager coming your way.
You blackmailed the leaders of one of Night City's most powerful gangs. Really think you'd have come out the other end alive if I hadn't been here?
Fine. I'll give you double. But that's my final offer.
Skimping from the get-go. You'll make a fab boss. Can tell already.
Touché. Here's a bonus. Let's go celebrate my first day.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. I know what a well-performed service is worth.
$12,000.
The hell did you do, V? Oh, no time to talk now. Just get out of there. You're clear for the elevator. I'll be waiting by Jig Street.
I hope I didn't mess up. I don't think I did, but... I mean, it worked out though, right? Ride the elevator to the ground floor. I mean, what she said made sense though, because even if you take over Clouds, gangs are just gonna invade it though, so it makes sense. All right, I hope I didn't mess up there. Because I don't see how they're just gonna let us how they're just gonna let us go scot-free like that.
You just stood there and watched her play us? As if that wasn't enough. You took her eddies, too. Got it?
She was right.
Changes this big need to come gradually. Revolution.
It makes sense.
Night City's about wheeling and dealing.
That's where you and I differ. For you, it's about profit. For me, it's about the people.
First casualties of revolution? Revolutionaries. Bring anarchy to Clouds and it'd go to shit. Everybody wind up on the street.
Bullshit. You're just spewing words now, V. You took her eddies, so the sitch is clear, cut, and dried for me.
Well,
She's a soulless, conniving bitch, and I'm a sorry-ass gunk.
so that's it?
Well then. See ya, Judy.
That's it? Job updated. That's it? Really? Yo, what's up, guys? It's John, aka Dynamike. So this is kind of going into spoiler territory if you're a Cyberpunk fan, but not really. So I'm not giving like the big spoiler warning. I mean, if you haven't gotten the game or you haven't gotten far enough into the game, I mean, you can still kind of watch this video, but I don't know. If you feel like if you don't want to watch it or if you want to come back to it later, then I don't blame you for that. So, but basically, the clip I just showed you was from my last stream of me playing one of the main like side stories or side missions, I should say. It's called Pisces. So if you play the game, you know exactly what side mission I'm talking about. But if you haven't gotten deep enough into the game, I think you only unlock this mission if you basically unlock the point of no return in the main story. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, pretty much TLDR. Pisces is like part of Judy's storyline where you're supposed to help her and like the dolls start like their revolution and take over Clouds, which is the that's like the I don't know what you call it, but it's the place where Evelyn used to work at. E's part in this mission is to help Maiko. Maiko's like she's like one of like I guess the bosses, or like no, she's the manager of Clouds. I don't know. She has a high ranking position at the place, and you're supposed to help her talk with like the top boss. His name is Hiromi, I think, of Clouds. So you have to sneak into his apartment, and then you have to like get past the guards and then get into his office, and then you meet in the office, and Maiko's there, Hiromi's there, and then those two Tiger Claw guys were there, the bosses. So as you can see, the reason why I wanted to show you guys the clip first is because I want you guys, to get my reaction and at least see like what my thought process was for for the choices I made for that mission. Because according to the game, that was the bad ending to the mission. Because the good ending, because I looked it up, by the way, because I'm like, I can't be bothered to go back and just replay the mission, get the good ending. I know that I know that the good ending is you're basically supposed to kill the two Tiger Claw guys, and then either take out or kill Maiko, and that's how you unlock the good ending. And the good ending is basically like you get another mission. It's the last mission for Judy's storyline. Hey guys, so this is me in doing a voiceover because I'm currently editing the video and I left out a major detail. So in terms of that last mission, basically you explore like this underwater village, and it turns out that the village is Judy's hometown where she grew up, but it got flooded. I don't know exactly why. I just Googled this just to look it up because I couldn't be bothered to go back and replay. But yeah, and then apparently if you're a female in this, you can actually unlock Judy's like romance ending, but that's only if you're a female, because as you guys know, Judy's lesbian, and which means she's only into girls. But if you're a male, pretty much nothing happens. So yeah, just forgot to leave out that major detail. The problem is that if you guys saw my thought process, like if you're like, here, let me put it this way. If you're like me and like you're going into this game completely blind, like you don't really know like how the world works, or at least you're not like a diehard fan like that. You don't know really what to expect. So it's like you gotta make like really smart decisions, and that's what I've been doing basically throughout my entire playthrough of the game. So, and it's not just with Judy's storyline, it's with other storylines, but I don't want to say too much because I actually plan to, talk about them like in a video, but that's when I'm done with the game and stuff like that. So that's not for a while, depending on how long it takes me to finish. But yeah, like as you guys can see there, instead of Judy like seeing like your perspective of that, because what Maiko said made sense. If you basically like the point of the revolution, okay, so you do the revolution, right? And let's say the revolution works out, like what Maiko said made sense. Just because the dolls take over Clouds, like the place, doesn't mean that it won't get invaded by other gangs or just by just people in general. You know what I'm saying? But Judy, all she cared about was, basically just taking out everyone. Like, and again, I don't want to say too much. I just wanted you guys to show you this clip. Just so that way you guys see like, kind of like how, as much as I like the game, like it can get kind of like ridiculous with its kind of like, how I say it, with some of the choices it wants you to make, I should say. Yeah, that's a better way of phrasing it. Yeah, like the game gets kind of ridiculous with some of the choices it wants you to make. So I'll just leave it at that. Like I said, I just wanted to show you guys this clip. Again, if you're a Cyberpunk player and you played through this mission, let me know in the comments below, what you would have done in this scenario, or what you actually did if you did play through it. Because, like I say, if you played through this thing, let me know in the comments below. So, yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.